Good morning, students. Welcome you all for Next Generation Learning. Today, we are going to see the subject Physics and Class 10, Chapter number 12, Electricity. Topics Numerical Problems, the electric current related numerical problems, then potential difference related numerical problems, at the last, Ohm's law related to numerical problems. The last class we have seen about the symbols commonly used in electric circuit diagram and Ohm's law. I given some questions for homework. Now I am going to discuss for answer for those questions. The first question, draw a symbols of some commonly used components in circuit diagram. This is the answer. You have to write the 12 components name and you have to draw their symbols. The first one, electric cell. The second one, battery. The third one, switch is open or plug key. Plug key with switch is open. The fourth one, plug key with switch is closed. The fifth one, a wire joint. The sixth one, wire crossing without joining. The seventh one, electric bulb. The eighth one, a resistor of resistance R. The ninth one, variable resistance or rheostat. There are the two symbols for variable resistance or rheostat. The 10th one, ammeter. The 11th one, voltmeter. The 12th one, fuse. The next question, the Ohm's law related questions. The first question, define Ohm's law and write the necessary conditions for its validity. You know that the Ohm's law is nothing but the I directly proportional to V, that is called Ohm's law. We will see the definition. The electric current flowing through a metallic wire is directly proportional to the potential difference V across its end provided its temperature remains the same. This is called Ohm's law. The formula is V equal to IR. See in this formula, here the V directly proportional to I. That is given the electric current flowing through a metallic wire is directly proportional to the potential difference. Write the necessary conditions for its validity. The temperature remains the same. That is the necessary condition for its validity. The next question, state the law that gives the relationship between the potential difference V across the two end of conductor and the current I flowing through it. So which law gives the relationship between potential difference V and the current I? We very well known about Ohm's law. The Ohm's law only gives the relationship between the potential difference V and I. So the answer is Ohm's law and V equal to I. Here see that the potential difference and current I are present in this equation. So this is the relationship between potential difference and I. The next question, what will be the nature of a graph between potential difference and current for a conductor? The last class I discussed the graph between potential difference and current I. We get a straight line. So the nature of the graph is straight line. Name the physical quantity that can be obtained from this graph. So which physical quantity can be obtained from this graph? When I divided V by I get here resistance R. So from this graph, I get the resistance physical quantity. So the answer is V minus I graph is a straight line that passes through the origin of the graph. See here, it was clearly shown in this diagram. This is a straight line. It is passes through the origin of the graph. Name the physical quantity that can be obtained from this graph. The resistance is a physical quantity that can be obtained from this graph. How? When I divided V by I get the constant value. That constant value is called R. Here R is the one of the physical quantity. The next question, how is this Ohm's law verified experimentally? The last class I discussed on activity. The, uh, the, the activity is answer for this question. You have to write the activity fully. In this activity, you have to draw circuit diagram. The circuit diagram carry for 1 mark. You have to write the procedure. That procedure carries 1 mark. Then tabulation and then graph and calculation. The calculation is nothing but in tabulation we are calculating V by I for every reading. That is called calculation. That calculation carries for 1 mark. Totally 5 mark. For in this activity I didn't write fully. Just I explain you what things you have to write for this question. You have to write the activity. In that activity, the circuit diagram, procedure, tabulation, graph and calculation is very important. The next question, define electrical resistance of a conductor. So what is meant by electrical resistance of a conductor? It is a property of a conductor to resist the flow of charge. The resistance is nothing but it always resists the flow of charge. So it is a property of a resistance. According to Ohm's law, V equal to IR, we know that R equal to V by I. So you have to write these two equations. The next one, write SI unit of R. So what is the SI unit of R? Its SI unit is ohm. It is represented by the Greek letter ohm. So the SI unit of R is ohm. The next question, define 1 ohm. Normally we know the formula V equal to IR, R equal to V by I. The SI unit of R is ohm. So 1 ohm means when the potential difference is 1 volt, when the potential difference is 1 volt, the current is 1 ampere, then the resistance is 1 ohm. We will see the definition. If the potential difference across the two end of a conductor is 1 volt and the current through it is 1 ampere, then the resistance R of the conductor is 1 ohm. So 1 ohm equal to 1 volt by 1 ampere. Are you understood? When the potential difference is 1 volt, the current through the wire is 1 ampere, then resistance R of the conductor is 1 ohm. The next, we are going to see numerical problems. Dear students, you have to take your notebook and write the numericals, and also I given some homework question. You have to work out the answer for those questions also. It is a very important. The first one, in a electric current, you know the formula I equal to Q by T. From this equation, there are the three quantities, physical quantities are present. One is I, and another one is charge, and the third one is current. These three are the three physical quantities. So from this equation, we can create three equations. I equal to Q by T. Normally we know that. So from this we can calculate Q equal to I into T. When the T will come in this side, I into T. So the Q formula is I into T. The next one, T equal to Q by I. See here, keep the T in this side, the I will come this side. So here the multiplication will come to this side, the division. So T equal to Q by I. So from this single equation, we can create a three equation because of in this equation, three physical quantities are present. So before going to see the numerical problem related to electric current, you have to know these three equations. I equal to Q by T, Q equal to I into T, T equal to Q by I. The first problem, a current of 0.5 ampere is drawn by a filament of an electric bulb for 10 minutes. Find the amount of electric charge that flows through the circuit. See, if you take an electric bulb, this is an electric bulb. The electric bulb contains the filament. When the battery is connected to this electric bulb, the current is flowing through the filament. So here the 0.5 ampere current is flowing through a filament for 10 minutes. So find the amount of electric charge that flows through the circuit. You have to find how much charge that flows through the circuit. The solution, first given you have to write. They given a current of 0.5 ampere. The current is nothing but the I. The current means I. The value is 0.5 ampere. And the filament of electric bulb for 10 minutes. They given 10 minutes, that means a time. You know that the SI unit of I is ampere, so no problem. But the SI unit of time is second. But they given minute. So you have to convert the minute into second. So I converted here T equal to 10 into the 1 minute equal to 60 second. So 10 into 60, 600 second. Dear students, when you are writing the given value, you have to check the SI unit. If there is a not proper SI unit, you have to change it. Then here find the amount of electric charge that flows through the circuit. So to be find charge Q, you have to find it. You know the formula I equal to Q by T. From this we can write Q equal to I into T. The value of I is 0.5 ampere. The value of T is 600 second. Don't take 10 minutes because this is not a proper SI unit. When I multiplied 0.5 into 600, I got 300. So Q equal to 300. The unit of Q is coulomb. So Q equal to coulomb. Here the unit of I is ampere, the unit of T is second, and the unit of Q is coulomb. I hope you understood. The next question, the potential difference related to numerical problem. You know the formula V equal to W by Q. So in this equation also V, W, Q, there are the three physical quantities are present. So from this single equation, we can make a 3 equation. So W equal to V into Q. When the Q will come this side, V into Q W. The next one, Q equal to W by V. When the V will come this side, the Q equal to W by V. These 3 equations are very important for numerical problems. The question, how much work is done in moving a charge of 2 coulomb across 2 points having a potential difference 12 volt? So how much work is done in moving a 2 coulomb of charge? There are the 2 coulomb of charge are present. You have to move this 2 coulomb of charge between the two end of the 2 points having a potential difference 12 volt. Between this, it has a potential difference 12 volt. You have to move this 2 coulomb of charge. So how much work is done in moving a charge of 2 coulomb across 2 points having a potential difference 12 volt? Solution, they given Q. Charge means here Q they given. So Q equal to 2 coulomb. See the unit, the charge of the charge of unit is coulomb, and the potential difference is nothing but V. The V equal to 12 volt. So the SI unit of V is volt. So there is no problem in the unit. To be find, what we want to find? The work done. The work done is nothing but W we want to find. The formula we know that V equal to W by Q. From this we know that W equal to V into Q. The value of V is 12 and the value of Q is 2. So when I multiplied 12 into 2, I got a 24. The SI unit of work done is joule, so I written 24 joule. I hope you understood. When you are writing the given, you have to check the SI unit value. Then when you are writing the formula, you have to rearrange it and substitute the given value. So how much work is done in a moving a charge of 2 coulomb cross 2 points having a potential difference 12 volt means that 24 joule of work is done. The next question, Ohm's law. We know that Ohm's law, V equal to IR. Here the 3 physical quantities are present. One is a V and another one is I and the third one is R. There are the 3 physical quantities 1, 2, 3. So from this single formula we can make it 3 formulas. And R equal to V by I. When the I will come in this side, R equal to V by I. The next one, V by R equal to I. So if R will come means I will go here. So V by R equal to I. These 3 formula are very important for numerical problem related to Ohm's law. The first one, how much current will an electric bulb draw from 220 voltage source if the resistance of the filament is 1200 ohm? The second question, how much current will an electric heater coil draw from a 220 voltage source if the resistance of the heater coil is 100 ohm? Here they given the 2 type of question. One is filament of electric bulb. The filament of electric bulb. We are giving the 220 voltage and the resistance of this filament is 1200. In second question, the electric heater having coil, we given 220 voltage and the resistance of this heater is 100 ohm. Now we want to calculate how much current will an electric bulb draw from a 220 voltage source. In the first question, a given V equal to 220 voltage. That means they given voltage is 220 voltage and the resistance of the filament means R equal to 1200 ohm. See here voltage, the volt, R, ohm. So there is no problem in SI unit. The to be find, you have to find the how much current will draw a electric bulb from a 220 voltage. So in a to be find current I. Formula we know that V equal to IR, I equal to V by R. So here the V equal to 220 voltage by R equal to 1200 ohm. When I divided 220 by 1200, I got 0.18 ampere. So how much current will take an electric bulb? It takes 0.18 ampere. In second question, the voltage is a 220 voltage, but the resistance of the heater of the coil is 100 ohm. So R equal to 100 ohm. See the unit, the voltage volt and R is ohm. There is no problem in SI unit. To be find current equal to I. We know the formula V equal to IR. From this I equal to V by R. So the value of V is 220. The value of R is 100. When I divided 220 by 100, I got 2.2 ampere. Dear students, see here I equal to 0.18 ampere and I equal to 2.2 ampere. The voltage is same in both the cases, but the resistance is varying. When the resistance is more, the current is less. When the resistance is less, current is more. So from this we can say that R is inversely proportional to the current. Not like I is inversely proportional to R. That means when R is more, I is less. When R is less, I is more. It was clearly shown in this numerical. Here the R is more, but the I is less. Here the R is less, I is more. When the voltage is same. Are you understood? In normally in ohms na V equal to IR we will write R equal to V by I. See here the R and V are inversely proportional. The next question. The potential difference between the terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt when it draws a current of 4 ampere from the source. What current will the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt? Please see the question. The potential difference between the terminals of an heater, that means V equal to 60 volt, and it draws a current I equal to 4 ampere. So here I took the electric heater is the appliance, electric appliance. This electric heater takes a current 4 ampere and voltage 60 volt. What current will the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 voltage? If I maybe increased the potential difference 120 means how much current it will draw. So here I don't know the value of resistance of electric heater. In a solution, first they given V equal to 60 volt. So there is no problem in SI unit. I equal to 4 ampere. But I don't know the value of R. Why I have to calculate the value of R? In a second question, they given only one physical quantity, that means potential difference. So I have to calculate the value of R. So V equal to IR, the value of, when we rearrange R equal to V by I, so the value of V is 60 and the value of I is 4. When I divided 60 by 4, I got R equal to 15 ohm. So the electric heater has a resistance 50 ohm. The resistance of the electric heater does not change. Now we have to calculate what current if the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 voltage. Step 2, V equal to 120 voltage, because we are increasing the voltage from 60 volt to 60 volt to 120 volt, and R equal to 15 ohm. Why I am taking R equal to 15 ohm? Because here also the same electric heater I am using. So the resistance of the electric heater does not change. So R equal to 15 ohm. Now I am going to calculate the value of I. In the formula I equal to V by R, we know that the value of V is 120 and the value of R is 15. And the value of I is 8 ampere. So see here the R is same in two cases. The voltage is different and the current also different. Now we see in the first case V equal to 60, I equal to 4. In second case V equal to 120, I equal to 8. So if the potential difference increased, the potential difference increasing means the current also increased. It was proven in the Ohm's law. The Ohm's law gives the relationship between V into I. V and I. The V is directly proportional to I. That means when V increasing, I also increasing. It was clearly shown in this numerical. When the V equal to 60 volt, current is 4 ampere. If I increasing the voltage from 60 volt to 120 voltage, the current also increased. That means I equal to 8 ampere when the resistance is same resistance. That means 15 ohm resistance here same. So from this we can say that when the potential difference is increased to 120 voltage, the current through the heater becomes 8 ampere. That means V directly proportional to I. I hope you clearly understood these two sums. The next homework question. Dear students, please you have to work out what numericals I given in the video, and you have to do this homework also. It is a very simple sums. You can do very easily. The first question, calculate the current supplied by a cell if the amount of charge passing through the cell in 2 minutes is 240 coulomb. Here I given the answers. After completing your homework, you have to check your answer. The second question, a charge of 12 coulomb passes through a filament of car head bulb is 4 second. What is the current? A third question, a current of 0.5 ampere flows for 20 seconds through a small electric motor. How much charge has passed? The answer is 10 coulomb. These three questions are related to electric current. The fourth question, a current of 200 milliampere flows for 2 minutes. How much charge has passed? The answer is 24 coulomb. And this question is related to potential difference. 100 joule of work is done in moving a charge of 5 coulomb from terminal of battery to another. What is the potential difference of battery? The answer is 20 volt. And the sixth question, how much work is done in moving 4 coulomb across 2 point having potential difference 10 volt? The answer is 40 joule. The seventh question, how much energy is given to each coulomb of charge passing through a 9 volt battery? The answer is 9 joule. These three questions are related to potential difference. And the eighth question, a cell is connected to a bulb which develops a potential difference. BD is nothing but potential difference of 24 volt across it. The current in the circuit is measured to be 4 ampere. Find the resistance offered by the filament of the bulb to the flow of the current. You have to use Ohm's law formula. Calculate the potential difference across the end of wire resistance 1 ohm when a current of 3 ampere passes through it. The 10th question, a cell of potential difference 12 volt is connected to a bulb. The resistance of the filament of the bulb when it glows is 24 ohm. Find the current drawn from the cell. Thank you for watching.